Welcome to the Gamepad Saga podcast. I'm Eric.
Kashawn.
How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, enjoying life.
And now a word from our sponsor. You know what, brother? I'm going to invest in Don Pepe X.
Don Pepe X, what is that?
Don Pepe X is the next AI trading revolution in crypto.
Crypto? Huh. I guess that is the wave of the future, huh?
Yes. You know what Don Pepe X is?
No, what is Don Pepe X?
Don Pepe X is an advanced AI trading agent powered by Satoshi's Mind AI and is built on the Virtuals protocol, a next-gen AI blockchain ecosystem running on Base Chain, the Layer 2 blockchain developed by Coinbase and secured by Ethereum.
What makes Don Pepe X so different compared to the other crypto competitors out there?
Well, great that you asked that. AI-powered trading intelligence is one of the things Don Pepe X has. Also, base chain security, transparent and safe, high growth potential, and also premier AI agent.
And why should we use them now?
The AI agent narrative is the hottest trend in crypto right now, and Don Pepe X is positioned to be the leader in this space.
Oh, that sounds very promising. I'm going to have to check them out.
Yeah, man. If you want to be ahead of the curve, Don Pepe X is the AI-powered edge in the financial market.
All right. And where can I get additional information?
You can get it from Don Pepe's Twitter page. We'll have the link in the description below.
Perfect. I'm headed right there now. And in today's episode, we are going to start the lovely journey down the Mega Man Zero lore. And I guess also talk about the video game that was released for the Game Boy Advance.
Yes.
So 4 different games, I guess, came out. But first, let's talk, I guess, how they got there.
Yeah, let's do that. Enti Creates, baby.
Yes. So a company called Enti Creates, which was, I guess, started by former Capcom employees. The CEO is Takuya Aizu. The president is Yasuhisa Suda. And then I guess the artist for the Mega Man Zero series is Turo Nakayama.
First shout out tequila, boys and girls.
Drink responsibly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Enti Creates is a video game company that was formed, as stated previously, by former Capcom staff members. They were founded on May 8th, 1996. And along with developing games for the Mega Man series, they also developed Azure Striker Gunvolt, I guess, which is a 2D side-scrolling platform game, and also Gale Gun, I guess, which is like a rail shooter.
Yeah.
Have you heard of those before?
I've heard of those.
Okay.
Gunvolt, actually, they're on my wish list on my Steam Deck. The Gunvolt series is actually pretty
good?
intricate. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Jump down the rabbit hole and check it out. But the first game that the developer worked on was called Speed Power Gun Bike, and that was released back in 1998. So, yeah.
Well, first off, I'm playing back in 98.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Where we at? PS1, right?
Yeah, PS1 at that time. Right now, I'm actually playing Mega Man Zero at the moment while we're talking about this.
On the Steam Deck.
Yeah, on the Steam Deck. On the motherfucking Steam Deck. I will say that there was a point where the creators of Indie Creates were not really, how do I say it? They weren't really satisfied with what they were doing with their games. Like, they weren't hitting.
Capcom?
Yeah, no, the Indie Creates characters.
Okay.
Or not characters, but the developers. They weren't satisfied with the games that they were coming out with because they weren't hitting. And I think, was it Inafune? Yeah, Keiji Inafune was like, well, if you guys wanted to make a Mega Man game, why don't you propose it?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, I guess we should. So
we can do that? What?
Yeah, so they did. So I'm trying to get this game started up, but it's not allowing me to, and it's really making me a little irritated.
Is it permissions or something?
No, it's not permissions.
Just taking its sweet time.
Yeah, it's taking its sweet time.
Sweet time.
I've played my fair share of Mega Man Zero.
Mm-hmm.
But not as much as I've liked to. I remember downloading the ROMs back in the day. I remember we had Mega Man 02 for Game Boy Advance, and I was like, well, I kind of want to play the other games, so I was a big ROM downloader. Yes, pirate. I don't care, pirate. I will say that every time, every time.
So
yeah,
sorry, we're gonna sidetrack here. And by the time this comes out, I mean it'll probably be weeks. But how are we feeling about Game Pass there?
Oh, you want to start with this first?
You think they finally said we're cutting it off? We're done with the hardware. We're done with the consoles. We want to do cloud gaming. So I think that's why they said, "Hey, this is our flat rate. Take it or leave it."
I find it to be something that is going to. I think it's gonna fall on its face.
Do you?
Yeah.
Even with the offers, I guess you can get Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite.
I do sometimes, but I don't care about all that.
Ubisoft, but I believe they're all older titles.
Yeah, but you already know how I feel about Ubisoft.
But they get the cloud gaming that you like. Now, I haven't seen I guess you can...
That I like?
Yeah, I guess you can play your library cloud gaming.
Well, I mean, so here's the thing. Nobody... let me take that back. Let me rephrase this. There's not a lot of people that really care for cloud gaming.
Okay.
And the only reason why I say that is because, people want to know they own their stuff.
That's true. I think that's the part a lot of people, at least older people anyway, it's like, hey, I used to own this game. Why is it like I have a license to it now?
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing, like with the Switch 2, now that they have these game CD or game keys or whatever, right? And that's really stopped me from collecting anything from the last generation and this generation consoles, because all these are now digital games as opposed to the games that are still hardware from generations before the PS4 and Xbox One. Yeah, I'll still buy those hard copies once finances are great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can add to my collection. But in another sense, when you have it and you can physically just put it in, you don't have to worry about downloads or anything like that. I want to be able to do that.
Yeah. I had a recent event yesterday. The other half picked up Hogwarts.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I have that if you want to borrow it.
And lo and behold, it has to download. I was like, oh. So we didn't play it, but it was frustrating to pop the CD in, then wait for the download cycle.
Yeah, but so here's my thing, and that's where I was getting to as well. It's like, people say, well, it's not even worth having the CD anymore. Which, in some cases, yes, I get it.
I don't know. I'm a fan of physical media.
Yeah, same here. But I mean, it's slowly fizzling out. It's slowly going to get to a point now. My library is more digital than anything. The only thing that's not digital is, the previous generation consoles.
Right.
However, I don't think people like the idea that if you're going to do cloud streaming, and this is kind of the reason why one of the reasons why I didn't do Game Pass was because if you take a game off, I can't play that again. And for me to play a game, and I feel that I'm not supporting the devs anyway by doing Game Pass.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing myself a disservice by maybe, what was it? What game was on there? I think it was Grand Theft Auto. Was it Grand Theft Auto 4?
That was
or something like that. And they took it off.
I don't know. It
was either
kept hearing stories. They would put games on there, take it off. And I think recently it was Call of Duty stuff that they took off.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would they do that? That's like their bread and butter.
I don't know.
That's
the excuse that they're using now. So I guess they lost a lot of money since they put Call of Duty on Game Pass, and they're using that as how the Game Pass is not sustainable.
So now they have to go up in price because of it. Like, no, you know what? You wanted to acquire all these things, and then you want to say all this, you can get these games day one. Maybe I don't care to play them day one. Maybe I'll eventually pick them up.
Right.
Like, I don't have to play a game day one. There's a lot of people out there that doesn't have to play a game day one.
I mean, I had Game Pass for a while, but then I stopped because it was like, hey, do you want Game Pass or you want PlayStation Plus? And at the time, I was playing the PlayStation more often than the Xbox. So I was like, hey, I'm going to stick with PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, I guess, convenient to have like the little library games. But how many people actually are going to go and play all of these games that are on there? You know, because we all say, hey, we have a backlog of games. But with most of these companies acting like streaming services, adding and removing games, you know, then by the time, you know, you get to play the game, it's gone.
Yeah, I don't agree with it. It's kind of the same thing with Netflix and Amazon and all the rest of the good stuff, where they have shows that are like, oh, expiring or leaving in 5 days. Like, why?
Yeah.
You put it up here. I mean, obviously there's an audience for it.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that? You're not losing any money having it up there. I wouldn't think anyway.
No.
But
just weird how their contracts work.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
everyone shares the program,
contracts and rights and all this, and it's gotten to a point. And I guess, you know, they take those games off too because of like copyright and all the rest of that good stuff. But that still shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
If I'm paying monthly for a game that I may not want to go search and buy it, but I can play it right there, why can't it just stay there?
Yeah, interesting. GameFly is still around, right?
Yeah, it is.
I wonder how they're sustainable.
I mean, they had to be really sustainable to be here this long. What, GameFly came out in what, early 2000s?
You know what? Let me look. Take a look. Because, yeah, they're still around. Keep seeing it pop up every once in a while.
Yeah, every once in a while I get it on my phone too. Oh, you're talking about games? Why don't you go ahead and get that GameFly, baby? Yeah.
April 15th, 2002.
And I think if I'm not mistaken, GameFly came out around the same time Netflix did.
Sounds about right. Let's see, Netflix. When
I think, no, don't quote me on it. I think that was when they were sending the disc to you.
Actually, let's see. Netflix was founded August 29th, 1997. They didn't launch a website till 98.
Okay. So 97. And then 2002 was GameFly. And I thought GameFly was pretty cool. I don't think we
never used it.
No, I don't think we ever used it
because we had Blockbuster. So
yeah, Blockbuster was down the street every Friday. Oh, story time now. Every Friday, Pops would be like, "All right, I'm gonna hop in the car. Let's go ahead." He would go ahead and let us get a game apiece. Well, me and Ree had to share a game. You got your own game, you whore. But then we'd do that, and sometimes he'd get us pizza or something like that.
Yeah.
And just have like a little night. But it was always every Friday night. It was great. It was great. Dad knew what was up.
Did he?
Yeah, he knew what was up. It's like, I know my kids play games. Let me go ahead and get them something. It was nice. I remember those days.
I remember, what was it, Blockbuster? You could rent the game or movie like for 2 nights.
3 nights.
3 nights. And then Movie Gallery was 1 night. I always thought that was weird, but.
Yeah, because people think you're only going to watch it once anyway since you have it, so you're just going to do 1 night.
But you know, sometimes life happens. And,
yeah.
But, and then Blockbuster went to 5 nights, then 7. But anyways. Sorry about the detour.
No. We're going to stay on the detour a little bit because I wanted to touch base on more about the Game Pass. I don't think it's going to sustain for a while. I really don't. It'll probably give it a couple years.
Right. Just to say, hey, we messed up. We're letting it go.
You know, I think, because I remember, and I might have mentioned this on another podcast. I think it was back in like 2023. I was driving home from Orlando, and who was it? Rich from Review Tech USA.
I hope he's doing well.
I hope he's doing well. That
was a crazy story.
I don't know too much about it because I was like, man, I kind of miss. It was just yesterday, actually. It was just yesterday. I was like, man, I kind of want to know what he's up to. I haven't seen any videos pop on my feed.
Yeah.
So I go there and he's like deleted his channel. And I'm like, what? That's what? So yeah, I got to get privy to what's going on there. But Rich from Review Tech, I remember saying something about Xbox talking about if they don't meet numbers by 2026 or 2027, that they
are going to cut.
They're probably going to cut ties with just the gaming industry.
I guess, I mean, it makes sense. Like, hey, we're not meeting this target. Why continue to try to push something that's not there?
I mean, it's not a bad idea for Game Pass. I mean, I'm not saying it's not, even though I'm against it. It's not a bad idea to have it, especially if, you know, maybe you got a family of like, say, all right, you're the matriarch, you're the patriarch of the household, right? You got a wife, you got maybe 3 kids. Our economy's shit. You know what I mean? Like, no job pays you anything. Even when you have a degree, no job pays you anything. And then now you're over here trying to make ends meet, right? And
remind you, Xbox did raise console prices twice,
and game prices. And I think the game prices will not. If I remember correctly, they're not going to do it this year. They're going to do it next year,
upping the price.
Yeah. Okay. I think this year. I think digital, by November. I think.
Was that digital?
Either digital or physical, if I'm not mistaken.
It'll probably be both. Yeah, makes sense because they want to keep them the same price, but. So that's a whole nother story.
I lost track of thought. What was I saying?
Review Tech.
Oh yeah. So he was saying he was saying by 2027, if they don't meet the requirements and they have to cut their losses, because they had already said in 2023 that they had lost that generation, this generation. I didn't find that to be necessarily true because it was still powerful than the PS5.
Right.
However, what really got them was making a Series S.
Yeah, for no reason, really.
Oh, we wanted to make it affordable. Well,
now
I mean,
not.
if you, now it's not. Like, if you're already gonna make your main console over $500, it's not affordable.
No,
it's not affordable. And then cut everything out for the Series S, and then the games that are even being made for the Xbox can't even go 60 frames per second because the Series S can't do
holding it back. Yeah.
So how does that work? Make make sense.
Did they just want to test the waters of a diskless console?
Diskless console.
I can't talk. Yeah, I thought it was weird that they went that route, but I guess
they did it before with the 1S.
That's right, they did. That's right,
with the 1S.
I don't know.
Yeah, I truly think it's not going to work out. I think. Now I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh, by tomorrow it's going to go ahead and go and upheave itself," but
no,
I'm going to give it time, and I think it's just not going to work, just because. You're going to have your diehard Xbox people out there supporting it, right? But I don't think it's going to work because I don't think streaming games is sustainable at this time.
Okay.
You have way too many people that still like physical media. You have way too many people that still want to have some autonomy, right? Now, the younger generations, maybe not. Like, everything is so streamlined nowadays for them that they may not care about it, which is fine. But that's for their time, not ours. It's
still my time.
Right. I'm still breathing. I'm still here.
Yes.
But
don't take this away from me.
I don't think it's going to bode well after a while. I don't. And then them going back and forth saying, "Oh, we're going to make a system," and then it's coming, or no, we're not going to make a system at first, and then now they're saying they're going to make a system. Like they have been cryptic for the last 2 years now, and I think I really, to be honest with you,
lost most people.
Well, yeah, because of this whole Game Pass thing now being a thing. It's like, whoa, hold up here. you are just raising prices for everything. And look at the ROG Ally that they collabed with Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Almost $1,000 for a handheld.
Yeah. That's the other argument that I see.
It's like, look, I got the Steam Deck for $200 for you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
For $200 goddamn dollars with some good ass memory, mind you.
Yeah.
And this thing has not failed you yet, has it not?
No, not at all.
And you are buying games from Steam because that's what they want you to do. Now, you would think that you would make this in this particular sense, you would make the handheld affordable at maybe $400, $500 max.
Yeah.
Right, because if you already got your consoles at like where's the Series S at?
It feels like that one's 500 now.
Are you serious?
Hold on.
Oh, please don't tell me. Please don't tell me. If it's 500, like Xbox can just chalk this up as an L. They really can.
We'll just go to the darn website.
We're going to the website.
All right, yeah, 512 gigabytes, $400.
Excuse me?
You heard me? Xbox Series S.
That's crazy. That's insane. Series S, something that's like fairly. All right, I'm gonna stop pressing these buttons in just a second. Something that's like fairly like inferior compared to most of the systems that are out now.
Yeah.
And it's at $400.
Yes.
Yeah, Xbox ain't gonna last long. Microsoft is not gonna last long with that. They're gonna be like, you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and stick to our computer stuff, what we are actually good at, and call it a day. Because people are outraged. I've been seeing a lot of YouTube videos about what's been going on, and they're just like, oh my Lord, they must think we're dumb.
Always.
And that's usually the case. God damn it. I got 2 cyber elves. We'll talk about cyber elves here shortly. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, now that we've gotten to the end of that detour, what's your take on it? Because you didn't really tell me. You know, I like to talk your ear off.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm just curious what is going to happen next. You know, do they want to be a company that just wants someone else to develop everything and they just slap their logo on it? Not so much. I am a big fan of Xbox, but you know, hearing them over the years, hey, we don't want to make consoles anymore. That's fine. I mean, I'm always going to be a fan of PlayStation, so it was just fun to play other games like Halo, Gears of War. I wasn't really one to ever believe in the console wars, but I do think the price increase is ridiculous. Twice in 1 year. God.
Well, my thing is too. Are they using this as a tariff thing too?
The first time, yes. The second time, I don't think that I saw an excuse.
So here's my thing. Before you go any further,
okay. Market conditions.
Before you go any further, Microsoft is an American company, correct?
Yeah, correct. Seattle, Washington.
So how does tariffs have anything to do with that?
I don't know.
I mean,
unless they're having an outside, making ship their consoles.
That's what I'm saying. If anything, if they're getting their parts from out of the country, which probably so, right? But it's still not that much to go ahead and price hike that much as an American company. I think something's up here.
Always.
Something's in the water.
We'll see.
And I ain't trying to swim near it. I tell you that right now. But something's not right.
We will see.
All right. Now on to the main subject at hand. Sorry for the musical interlude. So we're here back at Mega Man Zero.
Yeah. So the first game was released in 2002. And the events take place, a small time frame over the release of the 4 games. So Zero 2 came out in 2003, and that takes place a year after the first game.
Yes.
And then 03 came out in 2004, and that takes place 2 months after 02. And the franchise was supposed to end there, but I guess I forgot his name.
Not Inafune.
No, not Zaizu. Jesus, damn commercial.
Zizal.
Takoya. I'll get his name wrong. You're gonna mess me up. Takoya Aizu.
Paizo.
But they felt, hey, we still have more story to tell. Our fans want more. So they did drop a 4th one.
Which was a banger, by the way.
It was good?
All of them are good.
Okay.
All of them are good.
So I just started
in my
opinion. Yeah. Green light and got the 4th one out the way, and that came out in 2005.
Yeah, they're all good.
We good?
They're all good. So I guess we can go back to...
And today I guess we're just going to focus on the first game?
Yeah, we're going to focus on the first game. But we're going to go deal with some lore real quick before getting into the first game. So, during the beginning of the Elf War, this was before it was declared the Elf War.
Okay. Did it go by a different name or just like a random war that was happening?
I guess it was kind of near because it was 100 years after
events of X, right?
The events of X. I think it was 100 years after.
Because I'm still learning, and I'm sure there's other listeners out there who don't know yet or haven't gone down the Mega Man rabbit hole.
So I kind of give you a little bit, because what was it? The Reploid, not the I guess it wouldn't be the Reploid War. Would it be or the Maverick War? I don't know. I guess it'd be the Reploid War. There was a lot of casualties. A lot of people died. A lot of robots died. But I will say, after the events of the Elf War, I think I got this right. 90% of Reploids were killed.
90?
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow.
90% of Reploids were killed, and 60% were human casualties for humans.
That is a lot.
Wow. Well, I mean, it's a very dark story. It's very dark. I don't think we gave the X series justice when we were talking about it. Because X was pretty depressing because, I guess
I think we highlighted the good parts.
Yeah, I think we just highlighted the story and everything like that, and just the gameplay. But talking about X real quick, it was depressing when it first started, when Sigma had launched those missiles and killed plenty people and Reploids because he felt that he was superior.
So Sigma, I guess, trying to switch it up, equivalent to like Thanos. Think of it, or his philosophy anyway.
His philosophy, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Was he a skilled robot? No, I had my second shot. Went down the wrong tube.
Okay,
yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Now, would you say that he's a Thanos specifically in a physical sense? I wouldn't think so, because he came in so many different forms.
Oh, okay.
As a virus, as different bodies, all the rest of that good stuff. But his ideologies, if you look at his ideology, it makes sense to some degree, right? Because you're going back now that we're going to step away again, you're going back now to where Reploids now have a mind of their own, as long as they follow the laws of robotics, which you don't kill anyone. You don't kill anyone, you help humans. And the third one is, if the two go ahead.
Conflict. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. No. I think the third one is, if the two don't oh God. You know what? You might have to look that up. I can't remember exactly what it is, but that's going to be a really big play in Mega Man Zero, the first one. It's going to be a really big play, because you'll understand where we're coming from with this one. Go ahead.
All right. So 1, a robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human to come to harm.
Yes.
Number 2, a robot must obey orders given by a human, except where such orders conflict with the first law. And number 3, a robot must protect its own existence, provided such protection does not conflict with the first or second law.
Correct. So with that third law, however, the third law, if you look at it, Sigma was following that law because he looked at humans, because humans at that time, I believe, during the X era, lived coincidentally with one another, but there was some strife, obviously, with the Mavericks and everything like that. But then I feel, and this is just my opinion, I believe Sigma felt that the third law gave him the right to think the way he can think because he's a free thinker as a Reploid. Okay. Or I guess they don't call them, they don't call X and Zero Reploids because they're like the first of their generation.
Of that? Okay.
But everybody else was called Reploids. That's just my thought anyway. But I think his ideology was to show like, hey, like I'm not going to follow these rules because it doesn't benefit me. And you can go into the lore of some of these other robots or Reploids, I guess, during the Maverick Wars. That's what it is. I had to think about it. Maverick Wars. They all had some idea of what they wanted to do and why they were doing it.
Right.
As opposed to, oh, I'm just doing it just because. Now, there were some robots that did. I remember reading through the database. Some of them were like, oh, I'm just here for the cause, whatever. You know what I mean? But I think as a free thinking machine, that can be very conflicting.
Yeah,
and
I would think so.
Yeah, and you have the Mavericks and the Maverick Hunters. But are the Mavericks really Mavericks? Or are they thinking freely? I mean, unfortunately, doing it at the cost of killing robots and people.
Humans, yeah.
But their ideology is, oh, well, this is for the greater good. So it's kind of
makes you think.
It makes you think a little bit, and it's kind of going back to the original Mega Man, where it's like, okay, well, I created Mega Man to be my son or my helper, right? And I've created all these other robots, but obviously, they've gone off the deep end and did these things. And now, essentially, since Dr. Light is the father of robots, the father of making them anyway, he was terrible because he had more bad robots than good. Now we all think about it.
Yes.
But now you're sending the little brother to kill all the big brothers. So I mean, when people play, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you play
like trying
Mega
to
Man.
Correct his mistakes, I guess.
Yeah, but he was using, because Mega Man had something called the righteous chip or something like that made him believe that if he went and fought this battle, that he could make things right.
Okay.
So again, you send the little brother to go kill the big brothers. Like, remember, Cain killed Abel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, is that right? I mean, they weren't really, I guess at that time, those robots weren't allowed to be free thinkers, but they were.
Okay.
So, but they had shorter time. They had shorter time in development and being created and then being out in the world, as opposed to X sleeping or being created and then sleeping for like 40 plus years and then being able to be put in society because they weren't ready for X at that time. And now moving forward, now we have Mega Man Zero. Like X was already established in the world. He knew what he had to do. He had goals. Obviously, the human side with X, because at the end of X6, he wanted to make his utopia. Well, now we're going to Mega Man Zero, where X has what is it called? Neo Arcadia.
Yes, Neo Arcadia. Yes.
So he has his Neo Arcadia. He's there. He's running it. All the rest of that good stuff. So yeah, 90% of Reploids were destroyed in the Elf Wars, and this is what we're getting into. 60% of the humans were killed in mass casualties. Because we're going to go into some of those things, and y'all are going to be like, what in the actual?
What in the F is going on?
Right. So there's going to be two main scientists we're going to be talking about. Dr. Weil, and I guess you can call her a scientist at some point, but Ceil.
Okay. I saw a little bit, but I guess, does that come in the second game?
No, this is all in the first game. This is all in the first game. So this is just backstory though. This is just backstory gotcha. Going into the first game. So Dr. Weil, a lot of Wiley, you know.
Dr. Willie, y'all.
Called Dr. Wowie. Called Dr. Wowie. Dr. Willie. Please forgive my brother, everyone. So Dr. Weil, and Dr. Weil was kind of in Neo Arcadia and all the rest of that good stuff. He was a human. So
he was a human. Okay.
He was a human. I will leave that for you all to hold on to. Please remember that.
Okay, because I was going to ask, was he a good scientist or a bad scientist?
Well, at that point, we didn't know yet.
Okay.
He was a human. Dr. Weil, let's just say he's diabolical.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say that this man said that there's not enough hate in the world. And he wanted to bring that hate out. So basically what they were doing was they were studying the Maverick virus at this point. And again, 100 years after. And so the Maverick virus.
Okay.
Yeah. What's
after
up?
X, right?
Yeah, after
okay.
X.
Sorry, I'm still learning the lore and everything.
No, you're good. You're good. That's a good question. So they're studying the Maverick virus 100 years after X. And basically they made the idea to make the virus into cyber elves. So they're considered sentient, like cyber programs, like little fairies.
Okay.
So basically, what they did was they made a cyber elf called the Mother Elf.
Mm-hmm.
And X used the Mother Elf to go ahead and cure all of the robots or the Reploids of any type of Maverick virus they had.
Okay. And this is during...
This is like in between the Reploid War, the Maverick Wars, and the Elf Wars.
Elf Wars, all right.
But shortly after, this is in between. So, but yeah, anyway, sorry
to get you all messed up.
No, you're good. You're good. So he cured everyone that had the Maverick virus. Dr. Weil, however, was like, no, again, there's not enough hate in the world. So he goes and he takes the Mother Elf and he proposes a project called Project El Paizo. Also in Mega Man 2, that's going to be a name to remember. So y'all keep that in mind. This entailed taking the Mother Elf and combining it with another Reploid. So just making the Mother Elf fuse with a Reploid.
Sounds kind of mad scientist-like.
Well, it is, because there was a Reploid by the name of Omega that he eventually fused it to. And boy, is this going to be a plot twist later.
Uh-oh.
For those of you that don't know the Mega Man series, the Mega Man Zero series, it's going to be a plot twist later, so hold on to that too. So basically, what was going to be done was they were going to use that one Reploid to control the minds of other Reploids.
Okay. So, all right. So they're going to mind control them as far as just carrying out, well, I won't say illegal activities, but doing harm, possible, like reprogramming them.
Well, basically it'd be reprogramming, because if you've already cured everybody, right?
Yeah. So
now you you are thinking to go ahead and do this. Now, why would you need to do it if every Reploid was cured of a Maverick virus?
Okay.
That doesn't really make sense. So, this man's really trying to reverse everything. He's really trying to do it. So what he does is he takes the Mother Elf and converts it to the Dark Elf. Just corrupts it completely. So mind you, it's a sentient program.
Yeah.
Basically. And then also created clones of the mother elf.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there's baby elves now. Only 2 that I know of that I've seen in this story anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That were 2 that were derived directly from her. Now Reploids are going out of control. They're fighting amongst each other, all the rest of that good stuff. And the powers to be were like, yes, Project El Paizo is it. Go. Do it. Because this is getting out of hand.
Infected everybody then.
Because he sent the elves, the baby elves across the world.
Okay.
And just started fucking everybody up.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I was just curious why they were fighting amongst themselves. Is that just because they had no direction? Or they just didn't follow
because
rules?
From what I'm gathering, since they already went ahead and went with the program, now he's telling these people, now he's telling these Reploids to just
do whatever.
Cause chaos.
Cause chaos. Okay.
I mean, correct. Anybody listening, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I'm getting out of this. So clone the babies, send them across the world, and then that's when all that fighting broken up. That's when the Elf Wars became a thing.
Okay.
That's when it was declared Elf Wars. So it was approved. And then basically X and Zero had to save the day because, in X6, because we're not counting X7 and X8. Although we should do episodes on those at some point because those were pretty
important to the whole timeline.
Well, the timeline of X, but also it was kind of revolutionary because it was like the first 3D Mega Man games.
Mm-hmm.
In the X series anyway. You have Legends, which is 3D, but we'll get to that when it's there. So you know how Zero went to sleep in in X6, woke him up. X woke up Zero, and then they went ahead and defeated Omega, who was Dr. Weil's like main robot, and defeated him. However, they also captured the Dark Elf. Finally, the baby elves are still kind of out there. Then Zero goes back to sleep after it was all said and done. X establishes Neo Arcadia at this point. So I don't know how long this has gone on for in this time period. And then when he establishes that, they have 8 Reploids called the 8 Gentle Judges, or eight Gentle Reploids, or something like that. The 8 Gentle Judges, yeah.
8 Gentle Judges, yes.
So it takes care of they judged the Mavericks that were left over, and Weil was banished from Neo Arcadia and was actually technically killed. Technically, but they gave him a regenerative body. So he was banished from Neo Arcadia, and they sent Omega to space. They were better off fucking them up and calling it a day. They really were, because we wouldn't have had 4 games if this was the case.
Right.
So yeah, that was this kicks off the events of Harpuya. So now X is the leader of Neo Arcadia. He's ruling. He's got his 4 guardians. Would you like to tell us the 4 guardians?
The four guardians were very powerful Reploids. I guess they are like a DNA of the original Mega Man X, or a copy form rather.
Yeah, basically. But
okay.
I mean, the theory is, or
like a piece.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. But go ahead. Yeah.
So we have Hidden Phantom, leader of the Cutting Shadow Squadron, and I guess he wields a Fuma Shuriken.
Yeah, the Dark Cross.
Goes by the Dark Cross.
Yeah.
I guess it's like a giant one that I can ride on. Like
like Naruto.
Yeah. Then we have Fighting Fefnir, and he becomes the leader of the Genin Gundam. I guess they are a Neo Arcadia's land forcers, like boots on the ground, equipped with 2 cannons, Sodom and Gomorrah.
Another nice little biblical reference, and then also Fefnir, Greek Norse mythology. So there you go there.
Then you have Fairy Leviathan, commander of the Deep Sea Squadron, has the ability to control the temperature of the water and the currents, and I guess she has a weapon, uses a frost javelin. And then we have Sage Harpuya. Did I get that right this time, brother?
Yeah, Harpuya.
Commander of the Strong Air Battalion. and has the ability to control the weather, I guess, over a small area.
Mm-hmm.
So, nothing massive. I guess similar to Storm, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
A skilled swordsman. His weapon is like sonic blades.
Yeah, sonic blades, yeah. So, funny that you mentioned the sonic blades because actually every weapon that is dealt with the stronger Reploids actually are part of the 10 shining weapons that were used in the Maverick Wars.
Okay.
So the busters, the sword, the swords, or the sabers, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So every one of these sages, every one of these guardians have one of those weapons from the shining weapons. Just to give a little backstory, so Sage Harpuya, Greek Harpuya, Harpy, which were, I believe, they were like humanoid type, like half chicken, half human type things.
Yeah,
that thing.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, something that was in Zelda. And he also, Harpuya also can control the weather in small pockets, in small areas, and is the captain of the air squadron. And we'll get to the first boss in a minute because they're part of the air squadron. Hidden Phantom also is the leader of the anti-resistance intelligence group. And is very, very loyal to X. So the anti-resistance intelligence is the group that we're going to be talking about soon, the resistance group.
Viva la resistance.
Viva la resistance. So that's actually gonna be quite quickly here that we're gonna talk about that. Fighting Fefnir, part of the Great, also a great, yeah, I can't talk now. The Great Dragon Squadron or whatever it is.
The Jin and Gundam, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a bit of Norse mythology, like I'd said earlier. And then Fairy Leviathan, also responsible for making small pockets of habitats outside of Neo Arcadia to make it livable for humans.
Oh, really? Okay.
Was tasked by Harpuya to do that. Originally, they were all supposed to be blue, but given that they have elements that colors were important, so they wanted to give them the colors. So Harpuya had thunder, I believe. Let's see. Hidden Phantom did not have an element. Fairy Leviathan had ice, and Fighting Fefnir had fire.
Dylan.
I spit hot fire. I'm like 2 shots in and I'm drunk. I can't believe this. So as we go further, so the Dark Elf was brought to Idrisil. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Idrisil. That's what it's called.
Idrisil,
yes. It was the safest place in Neo Arcadia. I'm guessing it was probably like some type of underground bunker or something like that, or maybe some place where it was a city built under a city. I don't know, maybe, or a realm built under. But Idrisil is basically, I think it's Norse mythology for holding the 9 realms of heaven or something like that, or the 9 realms, something. Anyway, I'm not going to go too much further into it. If anyone wants to comment, you can to correct me if that's the case. But basically, he sealed the Dark Elf into his body, and after a while, the Dark Elf was too strong and ripped his soul and split it into 5 parts.
Oh my gosh.
That's how he died. So X died trying to harbor the Dark Elf so that she doesn't get out to do any other bad. So I believe.
So is that how we get Copy X, or did it go by, or was there another one that went by a different name?
No, this is how we're gonna get Copy X.
Okay.
So this is real X that died.
Okay.
This is real X.
So one way to go, I guess.
Yeah. So the theory is that the 4 elves that split in from X's body are the same elves that were put into the Guardians.
Okay, that makes sense.
But who does it say who made the Guardians?
The 4 Guardians?
Yeah, because I was doing some research and I don't think that I remember that anyone made them. Because they kind of have, I mean,
They just show up.
Yeah, they kind of just show up, but I mean, they kind of have the personalities of X.
Yes.
Because as they had stated, as the developer stated anyway, that they were gonna make them all blue in his image, almost like God in a sense.
I mean, isn't that what? Well, just trying to think.
I mean, if you look at it in that sense,
yeah,
almost like, oh well, what? But we'll kind of get into that a little bit more because there is a group of robots called pantheons that are in the image of X and have the same colors of X, and some of them have different colors because they have different abilities. But they're made in very similar image, body type and everything like that. But I think they have just one eye or something like that. They don't have a face to show for because they're replicated.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's pointing to Ceil as the one to create them. It just says DNA from original X.
Okay.
Under the rule of copy X.
So here's the thing then. Here's the thing. This is kind of like a theory then. So now we're getting into Ceil. Ceil is one of the main characters of the Zero series. So we can look at it like this. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone that's listening. Ceil, at the age of 9.
I was going to say, does she age over the games?
Yeah, she aged over the game. So,
but she's really young in the first.
She's really young. Because again, this is before the first one.
Okay.
So she's really young now. At the age of 9, she was considered a Reploid genius. I think by the first one, she's 16? Something like that? We might have to look that up.
Yeah. I swore she was still 8 on the first one.
Maybe, but I mean, that's also true too. She looks like very young, but she's
12.
Only 12. She was 12 in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then I think she's 16 or no, she's probably like 14 or 15 at the end. So close to 16. Anyway.
Yeah, 14 by the 4th game, yes.
Okay. So Ceil was considered a genius of building Reploids. Oh, almost kind of like Dr. Light and Dr. Wowie.
Yes.
So actually, here's a game developer tidbit, but she created CopyX.
Mm-hmm.
So, which leads to me to think that she might have created the Guardians as well. But
like no, I was going to say checks and balance, but CopyX wasn't really evil, I guess.
No, CopyX wasn't evil. He was still created in the image and also the data of X.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have to remember he still has autonomy.
Okay, so he's still going to, all right.
So he's still going to have his own thoughts, even though he has a goal in mind. Doesn't mean he's got to reach the goal the same way.
Yeah.
There's 1,000,001 ways to skin a cat.
I just use that for everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but it's true. But the idea of Ceil being the creator for CopyX, Perfect CopyX, was actually a month before the game released. So that was actually pretty interesting to find that out.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, yeah, she created CopyX and most likely probably created the Guardians as well, as you said, for a checks and balance, right?
What I was thinking, but the Guardians were there to
protect.
Aid. Yeah. And CopyX was kind of like the same thing, but I guess he was different. So.
And then she also, I mean, and this is kind of going a little further in, but she also created some of the cyber elves for energy, if I'm not mistaken, because there was an energy crisis at some point too. Otherwise, That's the lore behind the beginning of Mega Man Zero. So now we're gonna go into Mega Man Zero. How do we start this off, brother? How do we start this off? We go in hard, we come in soft, and then go hard again. What do you want to do?
I don't know. I guess we can go on soft. I don't know much of Zero.
All right. So let's start with beginning of the plot. So basically, Ceil at this time, the Ceil and the resistance group. Oh, actually, there's another tidbit before I go further. So Fefnir actually, after X had ordered the Guardians to destroy anything that is against Neo Arcadia, which would be the resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And X had actually been retiring Reploids left and right, deeming them bad for whatever reason. I don't know. And I think if anyone's probably doing that, probably killing innocent ones too at that point.
Right.
This is beginning to be an outrage, and this is where the resistance comes in. And then X had ordered Fefnir to destroy anything of resistance outside of Neo Arcadia. So what he would do is he would take Sodom and Gomorrah, bam, bam, and carpet bomb these resistance bases. Henceforth, Sodom and Gomorrah. Mm-hmm. Henceforth. So that was kind of the start of everything. And Ceil was trying to find the way to correct this. So she sought out the sleeping warrior, Zero.
Mm-hmm.
Finally found the base that he was at. I'm not going to get into all the story. There's a lot of people that have already played it. However, has a cyber elf with and activates Zero from sleeping to being here.
Right. So
yeah.
Before you go further,
Mm-hmm.
like I started playing the game,
Mm-hmm.
understanding the game, like going down, learning a little bit of the lore, but why doesn't he remember himself?
I can't spoil that yet.
Okay.
I can't spoil that yet.
Sorry, guys.
I can't spoil that yet.
Okay.
Can't spoil that yet.
Why are they? But okay.
So the only
No, we can keep going.
No, because you had no, because you have to remember this. Got to remember this. A Reploid body doesn't last forever.
All right, so they have a timer or a life cycle.
Well, let's give Sigma, for instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sigma has, like I mentioned earlier, had so many different bodies, but all you have to do is take the data of that person or of that Reploid and move it over.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying like this isn't Zero, but it is Zero,
Mm-hmm.
right? But we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. But as you see, Zero's taken on a totally different image from what he was originally in the X series. So basically found Zero. They got, had a battle with one of the golems, which is one of the enforcers that were built to protect the city. And then the pantheons, like I told you, like I said, they're made in X's image. So he's battling the golem because he's captured Ceil, or the golem has captured Ceil, not he. And then there is and you got to this part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where there was like a little insignia that came on one of the screens because they were in the laboratory, and it said, "Here, Zero, take this and defeat the golem." And picks it up. It's his saber.
The Z-Saber.
The Z-Saber. The infamous Z-Saber. And he takes out this golem. And then, sure enough, I don't think we find out who it is then yet. It's been a while since I played it.
No.
Yeah, we don't find that out. But you have a helper. That's one thing you should know. They go back to the resistance base. There's a couple characters in there that are pretty notable. We're not going to get to them right now anyway. We'll probably hit them in the next episode. but there are 3 different weapons that you get, or 2 different extra weapons. Brother, can you pull those up real quick? I want to say one of them is the shield, and the other, like a spinning shield, and the other, shoot.
Weapons as far as like the ice chip?
No, just the standard weapons that you get. So you get them from one of the characters in the Resistance base. I can't remember the exact, because you have your Buster, you have your Z-Saber, you have the spinning shield, and is it the rod?
Chain rod.
Chain rod, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Chain rod, triple rod, shield boomerang, and apparently Zero Z Busters. I guess a little more powerful than Mega Man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and X6 that was a huge thing. Let me see something. Get Cyber Elf. Yeah, okay. So actually we'll get into them. So Servo. All right, here's the support character. So we have Servo, who is a engineer, and he's the guy that you get your weapons from and your upgrades for your Cyber Elves. And then we'll talk about the Cyber Elf upgrades in a little bit. Alouette, who was a young human girl. She always looks up to Ceil, and also has a Cyber Elf called Ceil's Elf. And she represents innocence, hope, and peace. But that's somebody you all should keep in mind for later.
Another one.
Mm-hmm. It's like watching One Piece. There's things that happen in the beginning that you will see in the end or in a different series. Andrew, who is an elderly human, former Neo Arcadian citizen, who just joined the Resistance, and he talks about like his old days and stuff like that. And then there's another Reploid. I can't remember his name, but here's a little fun tidbit. I can't remember his name, but he fell in love with a human woman, and changed his image each time that she changed her image. And, as we get older, we get wrinkles and stuff like that. He changed his image each time her image changed.
To mimic her?
Not so much to mimic her, but to grow with her.
Okay.
Before she passed. Mm-hmm. So he never changed his image back to being young. He just kept it being old. Mm-hmm.
So what, did he have like humanoid facial features?
Yeah. They had humanoid. Yeah, the Reploids are humanoids.
Okay.
Yeah, they're humanoids. But that one in particular was I thought that was pretty cool. That kind of hurt my heart just to kind of feel, just like,
pulling on the heartstrings.
Just a little bit, like, hey, let me grow old with my significant other, and then, now they're not here, and I'm still, I'm a Reploid, so I can live longer, but I'm still carrying the image that she had before she left. Yeah, that'd be devastating. But
yes,
I guess. I guess they have the ability to feel too, because they can think for themselves. And X was a very emotional robot, I would say, for the most part.
Zero was the complete opposite.
Zero was definitely the complete opposite.
At first.
Yeah, at first. Even here in the Zero series, he's just kind of like, meh.
Yeah, he was.
I'm gonna fuck everything up. I don't care.
Yes, have a little cold demeanor, but he would protect his allies.
Right.
So
he understood the assignment.
You messing with me.
He understood the assignment. So now we are at the Resistance base. We've met everyone so far, or people that were important anyway, besides the other side characters. The first mission was to go rescue some of the Resistance members, and before they got crushed. And this is where we meet our first boss, Aztec Falcon. Now, brother is going to pull up Aztec Falcon for me, and I want him to look at Aztec Falcon.
So, I don't know, he has wings. obviously the head of a falcon. Almost. I mean, my first thought comes to what Egyptian.
Aztecs, Mexican,
Aztecs.
or Mexico, not Mexican, Mexico, or Central American, I guess you say.
I'm just trying to describe the character to them.
Oh yeah, well, here's a good way to do it. And I was telling you earlier. So in this game, they show the first Mutos Reploids, which are non-humanoid Reploids. So for instance, Storm Eagle from Mega Man X had his wings look like an eagle, but had arms and legs like a human.
Like a human. Okay.
This one here looks like a falcon, a very tall one at that.
Yes.
With a kind of like a beakish looking head.
Yeah.
So this is what Mega Man Zero kind of introduced to the series when it came to the boss Reploids, was the Mutos Reploids. Now they were still non-human, they were still humanoid Reploids, but these were the first non-human. I believe there were 3 of them, if I'm not mistaken. One was Anubis. No, Anubis was actually humanoid. Oh shoot, I had it too. I had it in my head. So it was that one. Mutos.
Yeah, so that's where I got the idea of the Egyptians, because he looks like
yeah, Anubis was the other one. I'm sorry.
Egyptian jackal god of death. Yeah. Or based on the Egyptian jackal god of death.
Who are you talking about? Aztec?
Anubis,
yeah. So Anubis was also a Mutos. Phoenix Maginian was a Mutos, and Maha Gainisharif, something, I don't know, which was also he was an elephant. So yeah, these were new. These were very new features for bad guys in that time. But basically, yeah, we go to the disposal center where Aztec Falcon is guarding. We get through there. We battle him. And mind you, I was getting my ass kicked when I first played this one.
Were you?
Yeah. Mind you, I hated every bit of Aztec Falcon when I was first playing this game. It got a little easier after a while, because again, I only played 2. I played 2 first before I even played 0, or before I played 1. So it was kind of, I don't know. And the second, third, and fourth game have more upgrades than the first one does, so it's going to play a little different.
Right.
Same but different. So then you go through your other levels. Let's get the bosses up. Let's go ahead and give them some shine. Mega Man Zero bosses.
Yeah, so in the underground laboratory, we take on the Golem. Then we get the Z-Saber. When we find the hidden base, you can take on Blizzard Staggeroth, and you get the ice chip from him.
Yeah, so Blizzard Staggeroth, I believe, is mimicked from, well, not mimicked, but what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say a successor to Flame Stag from X2.
Okay, that makes sense, because his weakness is the flame chip.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the Occupy Factory, or the subway, I guess, you have Guard Aurotic. Ooh, can't get that one out. Aurotic. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's have trouble with that one. And you get the flame chip from him. And then you already talked about Aztec Falcon.
Yeah.
Where you get the thunder chip from him, and his weakness is the ice chip.
Yeah, too bad you don't have the ice chip before you play him.
I know, right?
Fucking assholes.
And then in another subway, I guess when we get to destroy the train, the boss is Train Core, and the reward that you receive is the Cyber Elf. And his weakness is the thunder chip. And then you just talked about him recently, Maha Ganasharif. and you get another cyber elf, and you also get the triple rod.
The triple rod. Yeah, yeah, that's what it is.
And his weakness is the thunder chip.
So I think after the first 4, because this was a pretty lengthy game. The first 4, you then fight. You fight the Guardians right after. Now, mind you, the Guardians, they are supposed to be.
Hold on, you still got before that. You still got Anubis.
Anubis, yes.
Then you get a cyber, but then you take on the Guardians.
Okay,
sorry.
No, you're good. You're good because you take on the Guardians, and it's almost kind of like which Mega Man did this?
Where they mimic your moves?
No. Mega Man X5, I think, did this. So you had a side where you had 8 Mavericks. And you had one side where you are getting the pieces for the cannon. You have the other side so that you can go ahead and get the pieces for the shuttle. So one side you have to do first, which would be the cannon. I mean, the technical way to play it. You can play it any way you want. Get the cannon first. And then when you get the first 4 bosses, then you get a mini boss in between. So that would have been what's his name? Oh God, what's his name? It's on the tip of my tongue too, and I can't remember it.
You'll remember 2 a.m. in the morning. Oh, that's what his name
his name is. Fuck. And I don't want to look it up either because I want to be able to pull it from my brain. I'll look it up. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'll look it up. Now I have to like have a shameful thing here.
It's okay, brother.
Yeah, whatever. And I'm gonna be upset too when I find out who it is.
You're like, oh yeah,
Dynamo. I was on the tip of my tongue too. Dynamo.
Yeah.
So you fought Dynamo.
Dynamite.
And then you did the other 4 bosses again, and I believe you fought Dynamo again. So it's kind of like that, that kind of format. So you fight their Guardians, but the Guardians, they're ordered to take you out, but they kind of give you like props for fighting them. They're not here. They kind of like try to test the waters for the most part. They know you're a strong Reploid. And then you get your next 4 fighters or your next 4 bad guys, which are, brother,
Asura, Basura.
Okay.
And the Neo Arcadia Shrine. Neo Arcadia Shrine.
Okay.
Taking on Asura, Basura. I guess you get Herculicious.
Herculicious? Who is that? Look at this thing. Are you serious? Looks like a Pokemon.
It sure does.
It looks like someone got high and said, hey, this is the next Pokemon for the next generation. Here we go. Rhyminy.
Well, any Star Wars fans, I guess even Mortal Kombat, looks like Goro or General Grievous. He has like 4 arms going on here.
Got clippers for swords. I don't know what's going on here.
That's funny.
All right, who are our next ones here?
We have Rainbow Devil.
That's interesting.
And then you take on Copy X. And then take on Copy X in his second form.
Yeah, so that's a very interesting dialogue there. So when you take on Copy X, what ends up happening is when you beat him the first time, you tell him like, you're not X, you're not the X, you're just a copy. And, that really enraged him to, level up and be in his second form. But once he got beat the second time,
it's over 9,000.
It is over 9,000. He had said something pretty significant, and he was wondering why his plan didn't go to the way it wanted to go. he was wondering, like, well, I mean, everything I've done for Neo Arcadia, why is this? Why am I being treated like this? Right.
Mhm.
And again, this goes back to what I was saying with Sigma. He was following all the rules of robotics. He was doing whatever he could to make sure Neo Arcadia was a safe place. Why is it that it's coming down on him for following the rules? Even though it doesn't seem like he is, but he is. He has been this whole time.
Right.
So basically, it's kind of a moment where you kind of think to yourself again, like, all right, like, who are the real good guys here?
Mm-hmm.
Because again,
one way to think of it.
Yeah, Reploids have died. Humans have died, right? And it's just, I don't know. It's kind of like a weird ethical thing that you have to think about. Or you don't have to really think about it, but if you think about it, you sit there and it's like, man, this is kind of like, how would I go about this? I mean, I'm sure you could. I'm sure a lot of you can sit there and think like, oh, okay, this is how I'd see it. Boom. But for me, like, I would have to actually really sit and think about this. But
yeah, I probably would have just been, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, see, I'm not like that.
Yeah.
I'm not like that. I have to like deep dive. I gotta like, I don't know. What about this? What about this variable? What about that variable?
Yeah, it's been fun learning that games have a deeper context, I guess.
Yeah,
Is that the right term? Yeah.
It's kind of
deeper meaning.
It kind of makes you feel bad for Copy X, because I mean, he didn't ask to be here first and foremost, and he's thinking he's doing his best, and come to find out, his best A wasn't good enough, and B he hasn't gotten the answer on why this was happening, right? But I mean, he doesn't deserve answers because the other side thinks he's not doing the greatest things. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of X1 01. And yeah, I think this was a start of a franchise that I was going to enjoy. Once I eventually played it on ROM when I downloaded them. But even when I played 2 was awesome. I loved 2. But some of the features in Mega Man Zero it wasn't as robust as it should have been for the most part, but being its first game on the Game Boy Advance, graphics were great. The sprite work was awesome.
I mean, they can't put everything out on the first game.
Right. And here I am sounding like the people that play Fallout 76 and say that sucks, when it's actually not a bad game. But I mean, that's contrary to popular opinion.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't get beat up when I leave and go to my car.
Be safe out.
I will, and you all be safe too. Well, this game was very, very explorative. Like I was mentioning, in order to find certain spots, or certain areas, you would have to find certain spots in certain areas to go ahead and get there. Like there could be a window you go through. I'm just giving an example, just an off-key example. It's not exactly it, but say you go to the end of the stage, like you're coming from left to right or right to left. That's how you can enter and leave areas. There's places where you can like jump up and find windows or doors to go through and stuff like that, or the transporters that they have. You could do it that way too, but it was very it had a lot of exploration, but it was very confusing.
Or a side scroller.
Yeah. It was very confusing because you could leave A1 and go to A2, but then if you keep side scrolling to the other side, then you go to B4. Yeah, so it was kind of like that. So you had to find the ways to get to certain areas by finding those spots.
Yeah,
and it was cool. I like the fact that it wasn't handholdy, but at the same time, it was like, I'm kind of lost. I don't know where I'm going. And it got to be like that sometimes.
This is the first game?
This was the first one, yeah.
Because I just started playing, so.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it got better as the games went on. But it was kind of cool. I wish they would have kept that a little bit more consistent in the other games, because I know two was just like, it was kind of very streamlined.
Mm-hmm.
So you just pick your level, you go do what you got to do, call it a day, and then you come back to resistance base. So it was more like, it was like straight just business when I was playing that one. This one, on the other hand, like I said, it's just more open. But I did appreciate the attempt for that. It was just a little confusing at first, but once you like figured out where to go,
Oh yeah,
you were good.
yeah. Once you learn the map,
Yeah.
the level.
Yeah, and that would have been like your second playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
It calls for another shot. But your second playthrough, yeah, you should. I think midway through your first playthrough, you should know where you're going by that time. But your second playthrough should be like spot on.
Breeze. Speed running now, babe.
Yeah, going for the world record. Otherwise, if I had to give Mega Man Zero a rating, I would give it, the first one, I would give it a 7.5
out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. Okay.
The bit I did play, the one thing I didn't like about it was you had to upgrade your
weapons.
Yeah, you had to upgrade your weapons by using them, but that's not the reason why I didn't like it.
Yeah, I see nothing wrong with that.
Well, no, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's the amount of time that it takes to get your weapon upgraded. So actually, what I did was I just stopped at like a little thing that regenerates itself. Yeah, and or like the little like, you'd see like the little spider webs on the ground, and like the little spiders would come out. I would just keep shooting them
with that weapon. Okay.
Yeah, with the weapon, and then I'd be like, upgrade level 2, upgrade level 3, upgrade to level 4.
Might have to do that.
I mean, that's the best way to do it, really, to be honest with you. And then when you get the Z-Saber, it's the same thing. You just find something, and you just keep cutting it, keep cutting it, keep cutting it, keep cutting it, and you eventually get yourself upgraded. It takes about like 15, 20 minutes, but if you sit there and just grind it.
Yeah.
But that was kind of like my gripe, is the time it took. But
okay.
But otherwise, like the way that it was implemented, it's a good thing. It just took too long.
Okay, probably something you wouldn't notice, like, because you're just running along and just using that weapon. Yeah, it's like, new weapon. Just let me continue to use this.
It's like, I leveled up. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, 7 out of 7. 7.5. God damn it, I can't talk. But it's a great game. I think you all should try it. And then once you guys like this game, you're going to be hooked for the rest of them. But 02 is going to be for the next episode. And maybe, you know what? Maybe we might bust out 2 and 3.
Yeah. Complete the trilogy. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 and 3. And then maybe give 4 its own one. Because I feel 4 should have its own episode. Just because 4 is just fucking insane. 4 is insane. 3 was insane.
Yeah.
But 4 is even more insane.
Jeez. Turn it up to 11.
Yeah. They turned it up to like 1,000. Because it was, from what I played, because I didn't finish that one, but from what I played, that it wasn't all over the place, but it was just nonsense. It was, and I mean it in a good way. It was just like what do I do? Like, what is happening? Why is it happening like this?
Yeah.
And you kind of, again, run into some more ethical things in between 3 and 4. 2, like I said, was kind of straightforward for the most part. A little bit of, I guess the whole series had a lot of ethical shit that you had to look at.
Yeah, they really pumped a lot of that into that series, from what I gathered. I was like, holy cow.
Yeah. X was like that too, but it was kind of masked a little bit by, like X and Zero were, X and Mega Man Zero were games made for kids, right? And then us
with adult situations.
Yeah. us adults now looking back at it, and it's like, we shouldn't have been playing that.
Yeah.
We should not have been playing that, because holy cow, you know what I mean? So it was kind of that thing, but Yeah, that's all. That's all I got for Mega Man Zero.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, no
Thank you for lending your knowledge of Mega Man Zero.
It wasn't that much knowledge. But
I'm getting there. I'll be catching up soon. But yeah, like I said, I started playing the first game. I had fun for the most part. Can't wait to complete them. But yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Ladies,
gentlemen,
children
of all ages. What did Justin Timberlake say? Gentlemen, good night. Ladies, good morning.
Ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Thank you again.
Senorita, I feel for you.
For you.
Doing things that you don't have to.
Oh,
yeah. It's midnight. We're tired.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for all listening.
We'll see you on the next episode
of Dragon Ball Z. Yeah.